Okay, hello. This is going to be a VGC Little Cup tournament, hosted by the Pokepals Smackdown Discord, which you can find in the description. And this is very fun, very unique format. This is August, so for anyone not super aware, VGC World Championships is going to happen next week, actually. And as people not going to the World Championships, there's not much to play the official format for, so some people, and especially some groups like this Pokeball Smackdown Discord are running some for fun tournament. So this is a little cup, so this is very fun team building exercise using Pokemon obviously wouldn't normally use against Pokemon you would normally expect to play against. So this will be a fun time. Although I am actually recording this after I played the games, just because I kind of forgot to do this earlier. I can definitely say it was a fun time, lots of fun picks. And yeah, I'm just going to jump into my team. So we're going to start with this Duraludon. So I will say the ban list for this is not one-to-one with the singles Little Cup ban list, which I think is fair. Because offhand, one that isn't banned in the doubles that I know is banned in singles is like Gligar. Gligar, I should say Gliscor too, I know is like a singles menace. Not that good in VGC. They just have very different niches. They're very different games. And so, Parker went through most of them. I think he did kind of miss Duraludon and maybe Fungus, but we'll get there. I actually don't think Fungus is as bad. And I don't think Duraludon is truly egregious. But Parker did admit to not having thought about it, which is fair. It happens, and yeah, Duraludon does have a 120 special attack stat and just a high base stat total for a Little Cup Pokemon, because when it was imagined in Gen 8, it was not imagined with an evolution that it now has. So now we have Little Cup Duraludon, not with the Eviolite, but theoretically, this thing's never taking physical damage if I throw an Eviolite on it in Little Cup. So what we do have is a Choice Specs Duraludon. I decided with Stalwart, which is going to ignore redirection. It's going to be relevant into opposing Fungus, or even stuff like Cleffa or Magby and Elekid, I believe are all the Follow Me users. And Centrit, I think. Yeah, are the Follow Me users, so obviously relevant to think about in VGC. Ignoring them is cool. And then Draco Meteor, Flash Cannon, and Thunderbolt. I put Body Press on because it is still a good defense, and it is just fighting coverage. I think in hindsight, I probably could have just gone for another special attack, whether it's even just something like Snarl, even Terra Blast. Body Press is fine, but I think you're not really getting max value out of it unless you're investing at all into your defense and or getting actual stamina boosts or iron defense and stuff like that. So Body Press is fine, but Duraludon does its job. Choice Specs Duraludon. Now this Hisuian Voltorb, which is the fastest thing straight up. Obviously there's Prankster Pokemon. Murkrow is banned though, so no Prankster Tailwind there. And Cottony is allowed, but doesn't get Tailwind. I think it still gets Thunder Wave or Stun Spore or something like that. And Encore and a lot of other Whimsicott moves. But it doesn't get Tailwind and it doesn't get Moonblast, so it is certainly not just a Whimsicott Light. So I'm electing to use Voltorb as my fast speed control. Instead of a Tailwind user, we just got super fast Electro Web. We rounded out with Taunt. Volt Switch is interesting. I'll break down how I think it'll work with the whole team in just a second, and then Leaf Storm for just a lot of damage. Yes, it's coming off a 55 special attack stat, but other Little Cup Pokemon also have comparable defenses a lot of the time. So, I'm hoping with the 130 base power, it'll still hit pretty hard when it needs to. And it can Volt Switch out of its own special attack drop, or obviously just switch. But anyway, the other part of Volt Switch that I think will be useful with this team is the ability to Volt Switch into a Makuhita, which has this Flame Orb Guts combo, so I can activate that Flame Orb on the turn I switch in. Is always very nice, and then also just having really nice defensive switch-ins like this Bronzor with Safety Goggles and this Eviolite Fungus means I think these two are really nice defensive backbone. and so very fast Volt Switch into one of these, get some free damage off, and then not take as much in return. So Bronzor, safety goggles, mostly to deal with opposing Fungus, because I'm imagining, again, without Fungus banned, a couple people will have Fungus and I don't want to get spored. So safety goggles there. Trick Room, Gyro Ball. Gyro Ball, I mean, we have no speed, so... And also we have no attacking stats, so I'm really not thinking it'll do much damage, but, you know, maybe I'll be surprised by it hitting 120 base power and everything still being Little Cup. But otherwise, we are just maxing out these defenses. I'm truly, like, if I want this thing in the field, I want it setting up Trick Room, Gravity, and then Hypnosis. Ideally, those 3 buttons in those 3 orders, turn 1, 2, and 3. Now, Hypnosis Gravity might seem a little cheesy, and it is. I'm not going to say it's not. But part of the reason I am running Gravity, and again, I'm going to skip a little bit ahead, but I'll talk about CRANIDOS before I fully break down Fungus and Makuhita. Because CRANIDOS, Little Cup, still has a 125 base attack stat, which looked just disgusting to me. I know, like, Rampardos has, I think it's 165 or something disgusting, but doesn't see play in VGC because it doesn't have the appropriate move pool. Just a little bit too fast to be like a Trick Room sweeper. I think that those are basically the thing. Not like bulky enough to be like a Rhyperior under Trick Room, but it's also just a little bit too fast to just sweep things, so it, you know, doesn't get to use its massive attack stat. However, in Little Cup, I'm hoping this difference in defenses is not as crazy as it is, you know, comparing like Rampardos to even Hariyama and Archaladon and stuff. Plus, Life Orb, Rock Slide off 125 attack should be pretty disgusting. Life Orb Sheer Force, I should say. It just, you know, I don't get the flinch chance, but I also don't get Life Orb damage for 1.3 times 1.3 on top of Rock. And then we're going Terra Rock for extra damage. There's a reason this guy's in the thumbnail. Even though he's last on my team list, truly I thought about CRANIDOS first and built a team around him. And then I kind of mixed up the order so that my opponents aren't thinking about that. Like if I have CRANIDOS, Bronzor, Fungus, Makuhita, it's like, okay, you build a Trick Room team first and then, you know, toss things on. But no, I want this guy to shine. I think, you know, I mean, Rampardos doesn't work in VGC. You can make it work. I've seen people make it work, and it hits when it works. But it's like not as consistent. I'm hoping I can make this CRANIDOS actually consistent in Little Cup. That would be very fun. Now, I suppose I'll go back to Fungus before fully going through Makuhita. Fungus is baby Amoongus, like for all intents and purposes. Truly just gave it Rage Powder, Spore, Pollen Puff, Protect. Exactly what I'm running on Reg H ladder right now. Again, maxed out defenses, same as Bronzor. And gave this one the Eviolite, so this will hopefully be pretty bulky. Gave it Regenerator, you know, so we can switch out Regenerator and Volt Switches and stuff like that. And that's why I gave this one the Eviolite, so that it's extra bulky, and then the HP I'm getting from Regenerator is that much more valuable. And yeah, you know, I don't think I need to break it down that much more, even though it's not technically a Pokemon you see that often. It's still just a Amoongus, but smaller. And then Makuhita, which I'm not going to compare to Ursaluna, but, you know, if people are familiar with how Ursaluna functions, that's how I want this Makuhita to function. With Flame Orb Guts, Facade, although Makuhita is interesting in that it can also act as my Fake Out Pokemon. So I'm imagining there's a potential lead into some team comps where it's like Bronzor, Makuhita. I'm using Fake Out to stop a Pokemon from stopping Bronzor getting Trick Room up. And because Makuhita is sitting on the field that turn, I can actually get my Flame Orb and then start hitting things. And yeah, I just think even though it's 60 base attack, it's still, you know, when you get to max it and you get to double it by Flame Orb, you get Stab, Drain Punch, and you get Facade damage, I think it'll still hit really hard. We got the Steel defensive type here. I was thinking for like Flying and Psychic moves are my main worry. And, you know, just min speed because we're going to be under Trick Room. And I will say this, you'll see me probably realize this in the gameplay. I haven't given Makihita a way to hit ghost types, which is problematic. But the rest of the team hits hard enough and can play around it. And Makihita doesn't need to come to games if I think it'll get walled out. But it is something to note that I did not wall team build it. Although even still, like, I don't think I would replace a move. Like, I want Protect for Protect Flame Orb, and just Protect is goated in VGC. I want Fake Out, and I want Facade and Drain Punch, so I don't feel too bad about not just throwing like the knockoff or something on here. So yeah, I suppose from here, get right into the gameplay. There are definitely some fun games coming up, so you know, hope everyone sticks around. My issue is his team seems very Trick Room focused. I like want to hit him hard with CRANIDOS. It's like that was like so much of what I wanted to do with the entirety of any team, because look at that attack stat on a Little Cup Pokemon. But Fungus looks like an issue. Why did I throw Body Press on that? I don't remember why I did that. But you know what? Makuhita's still good under. I think we do like Makuhita, CRANIDOS, Fungus, Bronzor, and we actually just try and go as aggro as we can. He's covert, close combat. I have zero, and I mean zero, concept of the bulk of any of these Pokemon. So I don't know if close combat Oko's CRANIDOS. It like very well could. But I'm max attack. Or am I timid? I don't even remember. No, I am max attack. Do I think the KOs? I think it has every chance in the world. I'm just gonna click Rock. Yeah, because I think there's a chance he just... Oh. Okay. I'm the one who's burned the sod now. And CRANIDOS is much faster. Not much, but CRANIDOS is for sure faster than this team. Yeah, that does good damage to Makihita. Facade, you're not getting him up. Probably close combat. Yeah. Okay, things are probably a little weird because I don't have... Like, if I had Voltorb and Duraludon in the back here, I actually feel so good. We're both Stalwart, so... I think I protect Spore, but what if he... What am I worried about? Dragon Pulse, Flash Cannon, Thunderbolt. What specifically am I worried about Makuhita? But it's Life Orb and it's Duraludon. It's actually gonna... But I think I'm not worried about it on Bronzor. Thick Fat. I think I just start sporing things. I think I switch and I spore. Because I actually do want to get Trick Room up now. That's why I'm Eevee. Eevee. Okay, you're asleep. I think if I do Trick Room 4, there's not a bad option. Either Bronzor dies, or... Okay, I mean, this is not bad. Thing is, Bronzor still has no attack. So Gyro Ball, or Gyro Ball, I don't even know, is kind of a fake move. We're protecting. Here, I think I'm just gonna go Terra Steel. Punch. God, that still did damage. Yep, and Dragon Pulse. I'm taking it. Hypnosis doesn't miss, right? Okay, I think it's GG. Whew. Okay. I almost feel like that was such a quick game. I feel like that was a bad I'm gonna slow down my play so that I can try and make this a better recording. I was just all in my head, just button, 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 button. Interesting. I almost want to run Makuhita CRANIDOS back and then just do Duraludon Voltorb in the back. Okay, so I fake out you. I'm just gonna press the Rock Slide. Yeah, I don't want you to spore me. I don't care as much about the belly drum. Prevent you from being in. Oh, but okay, but now you have to deal with. Actually, I think I might Earthquake, and we'll just accept whatever damage I deal to Makuhita, so that I can always make sure I'm dealing damage on Munchlax. Oh, well, that's okay. Yeah, I damn near OHKO'd my Makuhita. I don't really want to protect though, so I'm going to. Oh god, Makuhita can't hit Ghost type. How did I allow this? That's embarrassing. But still, if I Facade and then I'll Fire Punch, Munchlax can attack, but that's fine. You're not getting Trick Room up. Okay, that didn't deal it. Do I Electro Web or do I just like Flash Cannon? I think I Flash Cannon Munchlax, and I'll even just go for a Drain Punch for a slightly. Well, oh, but if I get no, because I need to think about if Duraludon is probably his last Pokemon, which means if I lock into the Flash Cannon and Makuhita dies this turn, then the bad time. Like, honestly, Draco's the only thing that isn't a horrible time, if that is the case. I actually should have brought Volt. I didn't want to risk Electro Web, but I think in hindsight. Because now I'm thinking Drain Punch, Flash Cannon. Munchlax is protected. Munchlax is not protected. And Drain Punch didn't matter. Crunch. Okay. That's okay. So my issues this game were honestly more or less just Voltorb that turn. I should have brought Voltorb instead of Duraludon. Also dealing so much damage to my own Makuhita. Wow, that did a lot. Light Orb? Oh no, Electro Orb, yeah. Wow, I wonder if I had actually gone for Volt Switch into Munchlax, I probably can win that. Damn. Okay. So with that acknowledged, do I just run back Makuhita CRANIDOS again? And then Duraludon Voltorb? Because I think so, because I literally just messed up the end game. There was no like other crazy disgusting thing that happened. We're actually double protected. There's gonna be Fake Out and Spore in one of them, so I'd rather just get my Spore immunity in the Flame Orb. Oh, well, I could have just... What? Okay. Wow. Really? I could have faked out either one of you. Hey, I was worried about the faster Fake Out. This is super annoying now. Sick. I would love to switch into Voltorb, but that's obviously not works. So I'll just take my first turn as... Did he use Side Spore? Wait. How did Spore just fail? Huh? Oh no, he did it into Makihita. That's what Lola just autopiloted me. That was into Makihita. Which strangely enough, no, I suppose I still Facade Protect. You know what? We actually will Drain Punch Protect because it'll kill and I'll just get whatever tiny bit of healing it. So yeah, Belly Drum, but then Spore. So I need to protect there. Drain Punch. Then, you know, I'll take that 3%. Cool. We'll take it. We'll take it. Yeah, Gothita. Should probably just fake out CRANIDOS because Makihita can't damage this Munchlax. Yeah. Oh wait, oh, you're just straight up going for Psychic. Fair enough, fair enough. Oh, Heal Pulse. Okay. I respect that. Even better. Okay. Facade. And a Volt Switch for the damage. Gothita either needs to damage Voltorb and Munchlax to like double it, or keeping Fake Out up. Well done. We'll Leaf Storm and Draco. I think I'm taking 2K. As long as I can hit Leaf Storm. Electroweb only did 8%, but Electroweb is 55 and like times 0.75. Oh wait, Parker just said round 2 is up. I'm not pulling this up. So I don't want to unfull screen this. Oh no, it lived. Rastalize. Storm and like Leaf Storm crit. Oh, this is so close. No! Oh, not the miss. Crit. Just crit it. Just crit it and kill. No. Damn it. Fuck. Damn, I fucked game 2. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. That's okay. Fuck. Damn miss. I needed a crit anyway. Damn it. It's the game. Alright. Big Bad Parker Simon. Still. Could be either. So his Trick Room mode is not as good as mine. So I think I want to just do Trick Room, Anzor, Makita, Fungus, Kratos, at least game 1. I can't believe it. Akihita. I mean, well, I would have had to drop Protector Fake Out. Because I think Facade and Drain Punch are just like... Iron Head, Fake Out. So faster Fake Out than Makihita. Protect, Helping Hand. That is a Choice Band. Could be anything. So for real. You know what? I think he fakes out Makihita though. Well, I don't know. This is the issue with Little Cup. Is bro, anything could press any button. Like on God, I don't know. Yeah, just press Trick Room and Fake Out, and then whichever one he faked out, I think I'm happy with. Yeah, and if he Oko's Makihita. Aha! I was like, Bronzor is living. Yes. That is so huge for me. We're gonna set gravity for rock slide or hypnosis either way. We're gonna press. I want to press a facade into the Mankey slot, but I think he's switching Poltergeist in there. But I think he's switching Poltergeist and protecting. But what? So they set gravity. He can either Iron Head or swing. But if I just let him swing with close combat, I think I'm not. So I think I facade the Poltergeist into Meow. So I'm really glad I didn't Rain Punch. And living the terrifying banded close combat is huge Bronzor mode. Let's go. Okay, so you get a fake out, which is real, but I get a hypno. Rain. So either Poltergeist is asleep, or Meowth is dead. No, you Terra fighting. Yeah. Okay, so Meowth is dead. Oh, I'm trolling. I'm trolling so hard, bud. Wow. Just didn't even look at Rage Powder. I should have done the Fungus switch last turn. Still Hypnosis into Poltergeist because I just put it asleep now. And deal with it. Probably like CRANIDOS will need. But that's a little awkward as I have done Terra Rock just for stronger rock slides. The 2 turns of Trick Room is not good. I think turn 3 in particular was the turn that I needed of Akihito. I did not recognize a wall is in front of Poltergeist. Rage Powder, Hypnosis, head in that slot. I'll switch CRANIDOS in and 4. Because either Meowth is asleep, or it switches and something else is asleep, unless it's Doduo. But I suppose Doduo would be a pain because then I couldn't Rage Powder. But what I was trying to get to for a moment was that the next option then Doduo would be an issue here. But Doduo doesn't hit CRANIDOS for anything. Yes, I just needed that second turn. Limit. So this is problematic. I mean, I think I just pressed Trick Room. The air balloon is actually tech. Power gem. Oh, it doesn't get earth power? That's really interesting. Oh, but if I can get Fungus next to Bronzor, it's only Sludge Wave. Wait, it's only Power Gem that Glimmet can hit Bronzor with. Do I hit doubles? Man, I need to get Fungus next to... I need to get Fungus next to Bronzor. I shouldn't have skipped. I just skip on Mudshot onto the Fungus. There. God, Meowth just ate the sleep turns, huh? Funny enough, I feel bad. Parker has to protect here or I'm putting Meowth back. Don't flinch. Yep. Okay. Cool. Now, I think well, let's see. How much Mudshot did 15? Okay, Rage Powder, Trick. Yeah, Sludge Wave did 29.5. And now, in front of Rage Powder, Glamet doesn't have a way to hit Bronzor, and Glamet... Sludge Bomb looks like it'll KO Fungus. So it could be Sludge Bomb, KO, Wake Up, Iron Head. Would be worst case. Yup, Parker sees it. And Meowth is still asleep. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah, in terms of Brick Room, Glamet's not getting out of Fireball. Or, no, your Sash is broken. He hasn't... No, he Terra'd turn 1. I think we just rip a Hypnosis. I don't think setting Gravity is worth the time. Oh, Meowth lived that. Okay, that is genuinely a decent piece of information to know. Wow. Bronzor has no attack. Okay, I didn't realize Glamet has no defense. Okay, I will keep that in mind. I will keep that in mind. I actually think it is Gravity Hypnosis now. Because, yeah, the only world would have been like double protect. Would have been too many things. Okay. Okay, yeah. Okay. So what we've gained information-wise is Glamet can hardwall not Hariyama, Kuhita. Bronzor lives Mankey. Funny enough, I think I might not go the Trick Room variant. Because now, like, Mudbray would have done crazy into what I brought to the game, but it kind of folds. And honestly, I think, like, everything folds. So I'm opening myself up to, like, fake out issues here. But I think it's Fungus. Oh crap. It has some issues, but it's equally hard. Doesn't get why or Poltergeist, even it is, you know, weak to. So you do a fake out. 34. Not outspeed. I think if you do close combat Duraludon though, I kind of hate my. If I rip Terra Ghost, how strongly do I feel I need any? Arid Grass doesn't matter for rebuild, so that's fine. I don't really want to Terra Grass. I'll just switch. Yeah, and then yeah, Terra Ghost Electro Web seems. I mean, Fungus isn't outspeeding anything because of it, but I'm breaking an air balloon. Getting decent down. Oh, and I gave him Defiant. I forgot about Defiant. But on a U-turn, fine. Yeah, so he was trying to OHKO the Voltorb, and he was definitely thinking that I was going to give him close combat. Which is fair, because that is precisely what I did. I think I Volt Switch to Preserve. Probably into CRANIDOS. It's just the most stackable. Even if it doesn't get stacked. Meowth, yeah, or Protect. Suck if I doubled into it. But I think I don't. Now, Rage Powder it hit me for that 50 points of damage for Aladon. Yeah, you know, I actually think that's potential better for them. Still only able to iron at work. I'll drop a Draco and a Poltergeist. You have Choice Specs Drowlodon does that. Flinch, and you got a flinch, fair enough. You knew you needed a flinch, that's why you're pressing Iron Head there instead of just switching. So genuinely, you know, fair enough. I think the Rage Powder... I think Rage Powder Draco, if it connects, kills. Oh, you know what? No. Who needs Rage Powder if we're dropping Draco? I mean, it's close combat or it's Ice Punch. But yeah, if I Rage Powder and miss, I lose Fungus. And I can swing again. But if I Spore and Draco misses, get somebody. Yeah, I prefer this. I prefer Spore and Draco. It's just slightly more active, and I don't need to Rage. It's not a horrible option here, because it guarantees Drowlodon survives the turn, which is a positive. But I think Drowlodon dying or getting a is still not bad. Wow. Yep, and then Mudbray. I'm actually gonna go CRANIDOS here. Specifically so that I can kill Meowth, and then the other two will just eat Mudbray. Yeah, so... Oh, no, I'm Sheer Force. I can't burn. I don't know. Pound Puff doesn't really matter. Like, on its own. And Stamina won't matter. Fire Punch is still... even without the burn chance, so... Punch. Pound Puff. Die to Sand Tomb. Pound Puff Flash Cannon. GG's. Alrighty. Choice Specs Misdreavus. Banded Larvesta. Boy. Damn. That's so interesting. Wow, yeah, it has a higher base attack stat than Volcarona. Interesting. Huh. Oh, timer fair. Me and Parker didn't care to put it on. I had enough faith that we would click buttons eventually. I get why people default it on. I do when I'm playing ladder. I just, on this train, slightly more casual, so I'll leave it up to opponent discretion. So, Healing Wish, Trickroom helping him. Hey, honestly, the choice of Misdreavus kind of does thing. Oh, why don't you Shadow Ball though? Dark Pulse. Should be Shadow Ball over. Toxic and Spore and Clear Smoke. EMS getting pop bomb. Yeah, I'm actually a little worried about Mr. But I think if I do... Oh no. Ow. You know what? I guess I have to go my fast mode then. That's an Eviolite. We're just not gonna let you... No, you magic bounce, so we're not gonna do that. Or Eviolite. Honestly, I suppose if you set up Trick Room, I'm just gonna Volt Switch CRANIDOS or Fungus in. Oh, you don't have an attacking move. Oh, I'm not attacking to them. I don't want to keep lowering my output with Draco, and Flat Cannon is resistant. So we're gonna Volt Switch Thunder. KO. CRANIDOS will eat any of them, and hope it does. Okay. Trick Room, and now I have CRANIDOS. They're slowest. I almost want to Terra Rock Slide. Gonna be. Although, oh, you know, you do have Play Rough. I was about to say I can Terra Ghost, and then I just have 2 Pokemon that can't hit me, but that's not true. That'll deal damage if you get to attack. Yeah. CRANIDOS! Yay! Oh no, I'm so sorry. Bye bye, Mischievous. Everyone, wave goodbye. Okay, so you are slower than Duraludon. I actually wasn't expecting. Like not. I would hate to miss. No, the same way I did. Typing in Limitless up right now. That's okay. So he set the Trick Room for me, game. And now that I am recognizing that he doesn't have Trick Room Pokemon that does damage. Safety Goggle. Kind of specifically for... If... You know what? If Makahita... No. No, you can't deal enough damage to me. Yeah, I mean, Fungus actually can't touch Bronze. I'm immune to it. I think I set up Gravity for my hip. And yeah, if this was Rage Powder instead of Toxic and you could Rage Powder by Drain Punch away, that would be brutal. Instead, you are Tandem out under 3. Oh, you can't double the... So it's... You know, if I had a nickel for every time somebody tried to Spore my burned Makahita, I would have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it is weird that it has happened twice. Unfortunately... Oh wow, Larvesta lived that. Okay. Fair enough. I don't know why I even switched CRANIDOS in. That was just a... Unless Facade just Okos this Fungus. He didn't go for Spore. Why didn't he go for Spore? I don't think he knows. You are Dazzling Gleam. Oh, actually... You didn't realize you just made yourself weak. unfortunately, this is... I saw Gravity up, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that's Trick Room, right? Trick Room's still up. The box, the big box on my screen, the Trick Room's still up, right?" Fucking moron. I mean, it's still GG, but I did mess that one up a little bit. It could have been even more locked in. But brother, why are you protected? you are not toxic stuff. I have to tell you that. GG's. Let me. Cool. Let's lock in for this last game. So I think issue is he has a reload. Like Feebas. Feebas. So Feebas is the fastest. And it's funny, I didn't notice this until right now, but right below the type and the Terra type, I actually have the stats there. I've never noticed that on this type add-on I downloaded. But you have, it's a 10 special attacking on a Choice Specs Protect Feebas. Okay, it's Terra Stellar. This band, I mean, it just folds to the flash cannon. The only thing that doesn't is Beldum. My only question is, like, do I Electro Web or do I just like Leaf Storm? Do I Volt Switch? Volt Switching into Fungus, actually saying... No! He actually did it! He actually did Choice Spec Protect! No way! No way! What is happening? No way! No, no! No, no! No, I did not just watch this best Choice Specs Protect! That is not a thing I just witnessed. I'm impressed by that earthquake damage. OKOing the Feebas. And then Fake Out. And Fungus, Drain Punch. So Duraludon now has Thunderbolt. Seldom's cooked. Fair enough. I don't even bother with Rage Powder because you can't deal enough damage. Yep. Okay, I'll drop. I guess we dropped. And I did not just punch the feet. Protect. So sorry. I'm so sorry. I hope, Brantley, I hope if you watch this back, you don't feel bad that I'm laughing this hard. Because it's not about the rest of the team, it's purely that you clicked Choice Specs Protect in front of me. That's crazy. That's so crazy. TV Light Sturdy? Okay. You Wide Guard. Which do I... There's more bread. But fair enough. Oh wait, it also stirred. Should have volted. I don't know why I didn't just. I think Flash Cannon actually killed. I think I'm picking up a double KO. Yeah, like Duraludon did too much. Like Duraludon doesn't feel like a little cup. Feel bad. No. Yeah, he typed GG. I'll wait until it goes through. But... okay, well, that was a quick game. GG's Brantley. And I would just like, actually, before I even close up the video, I would just like to say, I have lost to this kid because I know he's a kid. He's a junior. I've lost to this kid in an actual challenge, playing actual VGC. So that's what I think is most astounding, is just how different this went. Because I promise you, when this kid knows the buttons he's supposed to click on a good team, he is a good player. This was very funny, unfortunately, because he pressed Choice Specs Protect Feebas and unfortunately didn't use some of the broken Little Cup Pokemon. Like, Duraludon's the most egregious, I would say, but even Voltorb, Makuhita, Bronzor, Fungus, I think are better than these four. Like, I think his Cranidos Munchlax is good. His Beldum I actually respect. I don't know about the weakness policy, but anyway, the concept of it is good. So that was funny. Whew, so I think I should have second place then. Yeah, I'll update this when it finalize it. But I should have the second place, and if I just, you know, I'm not even going to complain about the misses, because truly I could have locked down game 2 against Little Potato if I had played that better. And then I feel like I could have won game 3 if I played better ignoring the miss, but I don't remember that line specifically. I know specifically how I could have won game 2 against Potato if I just played better. GG's, well played. Potato is first place, I'll take second, and you know, only 5 people in this tournament. Just a fun little cup tournament. Okay, and I'll just throw this in at the end, just in case anybody would be interested. Tonight was the Little Cup tournament, and then we're gonna have 2 weeks break around the World Championship, and then at the end of this month, we're gonna have a Monotype tournament. So if anybody sees this and wants to join, the link for this Discord will be in the description, and you know, you are more than welcome.